Your suspension can fail for $80 or it can fail for $1,800. And the only difference is how many weeks you drove on it after you first felt something was wrong. Every bounce, every clunk, every pull to one side is your suspension quietly wearing out. And the price only climbs the longer you tell yourself the road was just rough today. Most people never think about it until a worn part lets go and turns a routine drive into a dangerous one. But your suspension almost always warns you first. So here are 7 signs it's failing, what each one costs, and exactly what to do. Number 4. Quietly ruins your tires months before it fails outright. Stay for number 6, the one you can feel with your hands in under a minute. Number 1. A bouncy, floaty ride, especially over dips and bumps. Push down hard on the corner of your car, right over a wheel, and let go. A healthy shock absorbs that motion, and the car settles back down in one smooth motion, maybe a small second bounce. A worn-out shock keeps bouncing 2, 3, 4 times, like a pogo stick that will not quit. That bounce test works because a shock's entire job is to control motion, not just cushion it. Your springs are what actually hold the car up and absorb the initial hit. But without a working shock to dampen that spring, the car keeps oscillating every time it hits a bump. And that constant, uncontrolled bouncing is doing 2 things at once. It is wearing your tires unevenly in cups and scallops, and it is reducing how much control you have when you actually need to stop or steer quickly. A worn shock caught early is a routine, predictable repair, often well under $200 a corner installed. Ignore it, and you are not just riding rougher, you are braking longer and cornering worse every single day. So what do? Do the bounce test on all 4 corners in your driveway this week. And if any corner keeps bouncing, get that shock or strut inspected before your next long drive. One more clue worth checking while you are down there. Lean in and look at the shock body itself for any wet, oily film running down the outside. Shocks are sealed hydraulic units, and a leaking shock has already lost the fluid it needs to control motion, which means it will fail the bounce test every time and needs replacing regardless of how it looks otherwise. Number 2. Nosedives hard when you brake or squats down when you accelerate. You hit the brakes at a normal stoplight and the whole front end of the car dives down noticeably, more than it used to. Or you press the gas and the back end squats like the car is sitting back on its haunches. This is your suspension's weight control breaking down. Healthy shocks and struts resist that weight transfer, keeping the car relatively level under braking and acceleration. When they wear out, they stop resisting, and the car's weight sloshes forward and backward with every stop and every launch, exactly like a shopping cart with a bad wheel. Here is why this one matters more than it feels like it should. When your nose dives hard under braking, your front tires are carrying way more weight than they are designed for at that exact moment, which changes your stopping distance and your ability to steer while braking, right when you need both the most. This is not just an uncomfortable ride, it is a genuine handling problem hiding in plain sight. What do? If you notice more dive or squat than you remember from when the car was newer, get your shocks and struts checked, because this is exactly the kind of gradual wear that people adjust their driving to without ever realizing why. Here is a simple way to be sure it is not just your imagination. Have a friend stand on the sidewalk and watch the front end while you brake gently from about 20 miles an hour. If the whole nose visibly drops more than a couple of inches, that is your confirmation, not just a feeling. Number 3. Excessive tire bounce, or your tires feel like they are hopping over bumps instead of staying planted. This shows up most on rougher roads or highway expansion joints. Instead of your tire staying in contact with the road and simply flexing over the bump, you feel and sometimes hear a hop, almost like the tire is skipping across the surface. That skipping is the literal, physical answer to a question you might not have thought to ask, which is, what is my tire actually doing when it loses contact with the road for a fraction of a second? The answer is nothing good. Because a tire that is not touching the pavement cannot steer, cannot brake, and cannot put power down, even for that brief moment. Worn shocks lose the ability to keep the tire pressed against the road surface as it reacts to bumps. So instead of smooth contact, you get repeated tiny loss of grip events over and over on every rough stretch of road you drive. On a dry, sunny day, you may never notice the consequence. In the rain, on a curve, at highway speed, that repeated loss of contact is exactly the kind of thing that turns a normal drive into a slide. What do? If your tires feel like they are hopping rather than gripping on rough pavement, treat it as a traction and safety issue, not just a comfort complaint, and get the shocks inspected soon. It is worth remembering that this exact loss of grip is also what shows up in accident reports as the car reacted unpredictably, when really, the suspension had been announcing the problem for weeks on every rough stretch of road you drove. Number 4. Uneven or cupped tire wear that shows up faster than it should. Run your hand across the tread of your tires, front to back, and feel for a scalloped, wavy pattern, almost like the edge of a seashell, instead of smooth, even wear. That cupping pattern is the direct fingerprint of a worn shock or strut on that corner of the car. Remember the bouncing we talked about in sign number 1? Every one of those uncontrolled bounces slaps that section of tire against the road slightly harder than normal. And over thousands of miles, that repeated impact literally carves a wave pattern into the rubber. This is the sign that quietly ruins your tires months before the suspension ever fails outright. Because most people blame the tires themselves, buy a new set, and then cup the brand new set exactly the same way, because the shock underneath was never replaced. That is an expensive mistake to repeat, since a full set of tires can run $700 or more, and you can burn through it in half the miles it should last if the real cause underneath never gets fixed. What do? Before you ever replace tires that are wearing unevenly or cupping, run your hand across the tread and get the shocks and struts on that corner checked first, so you are not paying for the same mistake twice. And check all 4 corners individually, because it is common for the 2 front or 2 rear shocks to wear out together while the other axle is still fine. So the cupping pattern often tells you exactly which pair needs attention. Number 5. The car pulls or drifts to one side, or feels unstable and wandering on the highway, even with an aligned steering wheel. You are driving straight, hands relaxed, and the car slowly drifts toward one side of the lane, or feels like it is wandering and needs constant small corrections to stay centered. Almost like driving on a slightly slick road even when it is perfectly dry. This can be an alignment issue, but it is also a classic sign of uneven suspension wear, a failing shock or strut on one side, or a worn control arm bushing letting that corner of the suspension move more than it should. Here is why it feels the way it does. Your suspension is supposed to hold each wheel at a precise, matched angle and position relative to the road, on both sides of the car equally. When one side wears out faster than the other, which happens constantly since road conditions and pothole hits are never perfectly symmetrical, the car literally is not tracking straight anymore, and you end up fighting the wheel to compensate without consciously realizing it. That constant low-level correction is fatiguing on long drives, and it is also a real safety concern if you need to react quickly to something in the road. What do? If you have already ruled out a simple alignment, or the pulling comes back quickly after an alignment, have a shop check for worn suspension components on the side that is drifting, not just the tires and steering. A quick way to narrow it down yourself is to check your tire pressures first, since a single low tire can mimic this exact pull, and ruling that out in 2 minutes with a gauge can save you an unnecessary trip to the shop. Number 6. A clunking or knocking noise over bumps, potholes, or when you turn the steering wheel. This is the one you can feel with your hands in under a minute, and it is often the loudest, most obvious sign on this entire list. You hit a pothole or a speed bump, and you hear a distinct clunk or a metallic knock, sometimes from the front, sometimes from the back, and it often gets worse when you turn the wheel at the same time. That knock is very often a worn ball joint, sway bar link, or control arm bushing. Connections that are designed to move smoothly but have developed play, a small amount of looseness where there should be none. Here is the quick check. With the car safely parked and the engine off, grab the top and bottom of a front tire, not the sides, and try to rock it back and forth. Any noticeable clunk or movement there points to a worn ball joint or wheel end component. This test takes less than a minute, and it tells you exactly what a shop would check first. The reason this sign deserves real urgency is that these are connection points, and a connection point that is loose today can eventually fail outright, which on the front suspension can mean losing control of that wheel entirely. What do you do if you hear a clunk over bumps or feel play when you rock the tire by hand? Do not treat it as a rattle to ignore. Get it inspected specifically for worn ball joints, sway bar links, and control arm bushings before you drive it hard again. A second version of the same check works on the sway bar link. With the wheel still off the ground, grab the thin metal link connecting the sway bar to the suspension and wiggle it side to side. Any obvious looseness there is a cheap link that is worth replacing before it starts clunking on every single bump. Number 7. The car sits visibly lower on one side, or the front or back end sags compared to how it used to sit. Walk around your car and look at it from a distance, the way you would look at a picture hanging slightly crooked on a wall. If one corner sits noticeably lower than the others, or the whole front or back end looks like it has settled down over time, that is a worn or broken spring, or in some cases, a failed air suspension component on cars that have one. Springs are what actually hold the weight of your car up at the correct ride height, and unlike shocks, which wear out gradually and give you all those earlier warning signs, a spring can wear slowly for years and then, one day, simply break. When that happens, you will sometimes hear a loud bang or crack, and you may notice metal scraping or bottoming out over bumps that never used to be a problem. A car sitting visibly lower is not a cosmetic issue. It changes your ride height, your alignment, your ground clearance, and in some cases, it can even cause a tire to rub against the fender or bodywork. What do? If your car looks like it is sitting lower on one corner or noticeably lower than it used to overall, get the springs inspected before you keep driving on it, because a fully broken spring can suddenly limit your control right when you need it most. And if you ever do hear that loud bang, pull over and check underneath before continuing, because a broken spring end can sometimes puncture a tire if it is left to keep rubbing against it. So there are your 7: a bouncy floaty ride, hard nosedive or squat, tires hopping instead of gripping, cupped or uneven tire wear, pulling or wandering on the highway, a clunk or knock over bumps, and a car that sits visibly lower on one side. Notice the thread running through every single one. Your suspension's whole job is to keep your tires planted on the road and your car under control. And every one of these signs is that system quietly losing its grip on that job, long before it ever fails completely. The good news is that almost none of these require special tools or a mechanic's trained ear to catch. A bounce test in your driveway, a hand run across your tread, 30 seconds looking at how your car sits, and a quick rock test on the tire, and you have covered all 7. Catch these early and you are looking at a shock, a strut, or a bushing. Small, predictable repairs that keep your car handling the way it is supposed to. Ignore them, and you are looking at uneven tires you already paid for twice, a wandering car that is exhausting to drive, or, in the worst case, a suspension component that lets go at the wrong moment. So tell me in the comments, which of these have you actually felt in your own car? And be honest, did you get it checked? Or are you still telling yourself the road was just rough today? And do subscribe, because the cheapest suspension repair you will ever make is the one you caught early.